All right, let's go ahead and get started. These are 30-minute webinars. We don't like to waste your time, so we'll be moving kind of quick. But again, please ask questions. Welcome to today's GoDaddy Small Business Webinar. My name is Deanna Furlong. I'm a customer education advocate here at GoDaddy, and today's topic is how to use encrypted email for your business. I am joined by not one, but two pros in the area. First, I have Linnea Stenberg. Linnea is joining us from actually, I think she's in her home today, but she's based out of Scottsdale in our GoDaddy offices there. Linnea is a senior product marketing manager who focuses on productivity apps that are tied to the Office 365 application. And then most important, we have our super technical person, Chris Pino, who's in Denver, Colorado. And Chris is the Proofpoint technical product expert. And Proofpoint is the email encryption add-on that we offer with our Office 365 packages. Today, here's what we're going to cover today in the next 30 minutes. Seems like a lot in 30 minutes, but we're going to do it. What is email? How does it work? Who needs it? We're also going to show you a little bit about, well, not a little bit. We're going to show you how it works. It's crazy easy. Anyways, it's very cool and super easy. I was shocked at how easy it was to use. Let's start this off, though, with a little fun. We're going to do a quiz question. So this is our tech trivia. I'm going to go ahead and launch our little tech trivia question here. And Linnea, can you read the question for me?
Yeah, this is a good bit of trivia here. What is the name of the hacker who claims they breached the Democratic National Committee, the DNC, computer network and access emails in 2016? So the answers we have are Anonymous, Goosifer, Deadmau5, or Astra P. I'll let you guys, which some of them sound like they may or may not be DJs.
I'm not sure.
So go ahead and answer, right, Deanna? And
yeah, absolutely. So we'll give you guys a few seconds. Make your choices. Panelists, I think you are enabled also if you want to vote. So, okay, let's close it out. Here we go. We're going to end polling, and I'm going to share the results. It looks like Anonymous is the winner here. Let's see what it is, actually. Oh, it's Goosifer. So, Goosifer. I'm assuming rhymes with Lucifer, but whatever. In October 2016, several emails and campaign documents were illegally intercepted and published by WikiLeaks by the hacker who calls himself Goosifer. It's actually Goosifer 2.0. So there you go. Anyways, let's get on to the real business at hand. And I'm going to take the quick softball explanation first. What is email encryption? Basically, it's a method by which the contents of an email can be encoded and thereby protected during transit. So they have to be decoded using a special cipher on the recipient's end. So generally speaking, you need to log into a portal to access the email, and then that unwraps, so to speak, your email so that you can view it. Particularly, this is most important if something's intercepted. For example, lots of emails, may be maliciously intercepted or just inadvertently sent to the wrong person. So you don't want your contents read by some rando, encrypt them. But I'm sure Chris has a better explanation for me, or can expound on that a little bit.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So, Deanna, do you want to go over to the why do people use it slide?
Sure.
And I guess I want to say I can't see the slides. I'm not sure if the rest of the audience can.
Yeah,
just make sure of that.
But maybe it's just on my side.
Uh-oh. Can you see it now?
Yes.
That's
Oh my
it.
goodness. Wow. That
Perfect.
stinks. Sorry about that, guys.
Nope. So email encryption, like Deanna said, encryption is a way of encoding email to make it more secure. And the reason that you want to make email more secure is that you're dealing with information that you want to make sure that only the people that you are emailing that information to have the ability to read it. And this includes someone hacking into your email. It includes protecting against people just intercepting your email on its way to be delivered to you, or even if you left your machine open and you have an email open, being able to make sure that someone doesn't open your machine or find your cell phone on the ground and be able to access email with sensitive information inside of it.
Okay.
And I think
I'm sorry.
and let's
Yeah, I wanted to, but we were talking about like in transit versus at rest at
yes.
some point. Like, what's the difference between, or what do you mean by that? Or they mean?
Yes. So email sitting inside of your Office 365 environment, that is secure. Office 365 has the measures in place to make sure that no one can access that email, that shouldn't be able to access that email that's at rest or sitting in your inbox, for example. But with email encryption, that's a way to make sure that when I send an email from myself to you, that no one other than you has the ability to read that email, read the content of the email, grab any of the attachments. We would call the delivery of that email from me to you in transit, and encryption is a way to secure that communication, secure that email from the time it leaves me to the time it gets to you, so that no one else can access it.
Okay, we actually have a good question. If the service is with Office 365, does that mean my recipient also needs to have Office 365?
No, that's the beauty of email encryption is if you're sending encrypted emails, your responsibility or your requirement is that you are sending those securely. As far as what email service or what the person that you're emailing is using, they could be on Office 365. They could be hosting their own internal mail server. It could be someone with a Gmail or Yahoo account. It's not limited to Office 365. It's anyone with an email account can receive an encrypted email from you.
Awesome. Okay. So let's talk about who needs it. I know personally, I just refied my house, that all of my mortgage documents came from my broker through they were encrypted via email. And I'm pretty happy they were. Because all my personal information was in it. But let's talk about other industries, organizations that really probably should have encrypted email.
Yeah, and I'll jump in here on this. You think of those industries that are dealing with personal information, whether it's yours or whether it's their customers' information. We look at financial institutions. They're dealing with your bank account numbers, your social security numbers, that sort of information. You think about your healthcare provider. Not only do they have your social security number, but they have your insurance numbers, that account information and medical diagnosis information. There's also, attorneys and mortgage brokers that have or are dealing with sensitive information, information that if you put yourself in their customer's shoes, the customer certainly doesn't want their personal information getting out to someone else, and so companies in those industries they take these measures with email encryption to make sure that if they're dealing with sensitive information, their clients' personal identifiable or PII, that it is being sent in an as secure method as possible, and that's where email encryption can come in. But there's also every organization has an accounting department. Every organization has a human resource department.
Yeah.
You may not be in an industry that you have a requirement to deal with that information, but those individual departments still are dealing with sensitive information, along the same lines as the healthcare or financial institutions.
Right. Okay. Thanks. We do have a question. And this is probably a technical question for Chris. How does this differ from Barracuda encrypted email, or does it?
It's going to be very similar. Here shortly, I'll walk through the process. But our model is a pickup portal process for the recipient. So they log into a portal to verify their identity based on their email address and access the email.
Okay. Well, again, let's lighten it up really quick before we take you guys into the actual demo and talk more in depth about the offering. I honestly thought this was a great question because it really drives home a super important point. So I'm going to launch this question, and Linnea, can I have you read this out loud for us?
Yeah, I think this is a really interesting fact, actually. And I was surprised when I learned the answer to this. So what percentage of cyber threats do you think come through email specifically? So 80%, 90%, 95, or 97%?
It's crazy. And I think I have the wrong settings on this slide. Oops. So anyways, so much for that. Okay, I'm going to end polling and share our results. Lots of folks think 97%.
Mm-hmm. It's actually 90%, which is still a really high number.
Yeah, that's a little scary.
Yeah.
So this is actually from a really great human factors report that was produced by our friends at Proofpoint, and really scary but interesting read. And we're going to share it with you as part of the takeaways that we'll offer on the playback page, and you'll have access to that tomorrow. But let's delve into this response a little bit more, or this answer a little bit more. Linnea, you introduced this to me, so maybe you can share a little bit more about what they mean or how they got to this number.
Yeah, so there was actually, there's a report that Proofpoint, our partner, who Chris works for, did called the Human Factors Report. And it's really interesting because, just the title of it, it's about how the things that you and I do as we engage with our email, as we engage with our technology, is actually what's allowing the bad guys to get into our like private data. And so as recently as just a couple years ago, there was a big shift in the way that this community of like hackers and people trying to push out malware started to engage with others. And it used to be, I think we all have this image in our mind of like a hacker sitting in their basement, hunched over wearing their hoodie and like trying to hack into the mainframe or something like that. And that's actually not normally, well, this day and age, that's not so common. It's actually, they're relying on our trust and what we receive through our email to intercept sensitive data, or to get us to provide sensitive data to them. And so, we've all received, I think, unfortunately, emails that are malicious in intent, and they sometimes look very legitimate. They look like they came from our bank or maybe from somebody we know. And sometimes we can click on a bad link or a bad attachment, and that's kind of how it's done now. So that's why it's 90%, is if we've made it easy for them, or they've found that this is easier than pushing out code and trying to get into a system another way.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's really,
Yeah,
it's really scary
that
too.
that's exactly it. The emails today, they're spam email 10 years ago was mass bulk volumes of messages. Cast a broad net and you may catch a couple of
Yeah.
fish. Here today, people look at your LinkedIn profiles. They know who you work for, who you report to, who you do business with, and they send you emails that are designed to look like those people, whether they have malicious links or malicious attachments.
Right.
The idea is that you receive an email that looks like the same email that you've received 100 times before, and you click on something out of just the standard routine. And lowering your guard is that's typically where a threat gets into your network.
That's the opening, and you create it. Sadly, we do have a question, again, another really good question. Are encrypted emails protected even after someone's email password is stolen?
Yes. If someone were to steal your email password, they could get into your email, they could read all of your emails, but any encrypted emails, there's an additional layer of authentication designed to get into there.
Right, and
So
we're going to see that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. I'll share that.
Yeah, the portal is the difference, and Chris is going to show us that in just a few minutes. First, let's explain a little bit about what our offering is here at GoDaddy. This is Linnea's wheelhouse. What you can get, what you can attach it to, what comes with it, etc. So I'll hand this off to you.
Great. So we have a partnership with Proofpoint, which is absolutely awesome. And we chose them because we consider them to be best in class for what they do. So GoDaddy email encryption is an encryption service that's provided by Proofpoint, and it offers the same 256-bit encryption technology that's employed by large banks and corporations. I think, as I understand it, it's like the 5 largest banks in the US actually use the same type of technology.
Wow.
So for your small
right.
business, you could actually be using the same technology that the big guys are using, which is great, enterprise level. And this is available as either part of the Office 365 Premium Security Bundle, which also includes archiving, which is great for businesses that need to have like an immutable database of their email data that goes back many years. So those are put together with Office 365 Business Premium, or you can add this as like an add-on service, a complimentary service, a la carte to any Office 365 plan. So it's very flexible, and it's important that it's applied to all email accounts on your domain. And we do that for a reason. We want to make sure that anyone who's using email with your domain, so anyone that's a user on your account, has their email protected. So it's important that it's not just part of your organization, 1 or 2 people, but it's everybody. So I think you can feel safe and secure that your business and all of your employees, especially as you grow and you have more and more employees and there's more threats coming in, or opportunities where you need to encrypt email, that is available to all of your employees.
All right. Well, without further ado, Chris, I'm going to let you steal the share here and give us a little demo of the Proofpoint application.
Perfect. So everyone, I'm in my Office 365 OWA account. I preloaded an email message. So I have my content of my email, my attachment, and I'm adding this encrypt bracket tag to the subject of my email, because this is my way to force or trigger the encryption process to start. So I'm going to hit send on this message. I should get an immediate message from Proofpoint showing me that that my message was sent out securely, and so it's telling me my message was encrypted. And then if you give me 1 second, from the recipient's point of view. So as a sender, just to make it clear, I just sent an encrypted email out. From the recipient's point of view, they receive an email notification that looks just like this, We have the subject of the email that was there. It's telling me the person who sent me this message. Even my company logo is in, or the original sender's company logo is in place. So as a recipient, I'm that much more sure of where this message is coming from. But it's logging me to click in to view this encrypted email. Now here at Proofpoint, my system will, it automatically logs me in. But if it was the very first time that I received an encrypted email from a Proofpoint email encryption user, I have an account to create. So I associate a password to my email address, I create my password and security question, and then the system will send me a second email for me to confirm my account. Once I'm confirmed, I just log into my my pickup portal. If I have received encrypted emails from any other Proofpoint encryption customer in the past, I would have all those messages here. So as you can see, I have two from Bob's Fishing Supplies, and I have another one from Bob's Book Supplies, all in the same pickup portal. But from this pickup portal, I can view the message. I can view any of the people that the message was sent to. I can download download the attachments. I cannot forward this message out of the portal. I also cannot print the message. If I tried to print the message, you would get the screen without any of the content present. I can reply back to the original sender or the original email chain just from directly within this portal, which is nice because any of my replies back to the original sender, those messages are automatically unencrypted and go directly back to your users or the original sender's inbox, unencrypted by Proofpoint.
Okay, cool. So again, this is an Office 365 add-on. So some people are asking, do you need Office 365? For our solution, yes, you do need an Office 365 account to do this. We have another question. It says, if we enable this in Office 365, do all emails get encrypted, or can we pick and choose?
Based on the way that we set this up with it is designed so that you trigger the encrypted emails that you need to be encrypted. You can certainly trigger every single email on its way out to be encrypted. Just my personal opinion on that is that I don't think the people that you email would be very happy to have every encrypted email or every email that you sent to them that they would need to log in for. I really only like to use this when it's dealing with sensitive information.
Yeah. And so, bottom line, it's you pick and choose and decide what you want to share or what you want to encrypt and when you want to do it. And it's, to me, I was like, what do you mean? All you have to do is put the encrypt in brackets in front of it. And they're like, yeah, that's it. And I don't know. I thought that was so easy. It seems like it's like some special specific thing, but it's all, I guess, smoke and mirrors in the background.
I think the point too, I mean, if you're just emailing someone about, hey, what time do we want to meet for coffee? Like, probably don't need to worry about encrypting that because it's on their end. But I think it's a great opportunity to show your clients when you're sending something that, may have sensitive data in it, that you're watching out for them. You're making sure that sensitive information stays private. And I think that's a great way to build trust with clients.
Absolutely. So a few more questions. Is the attachment encrypted with the email?
It is encrypted inside of the message. You cannot retrieve the attachment outside of that pickup portal.
Awesome. So we do have another question, and I actually know the answer to this. By putting encrypt in brackets, it makes it encrypted. Where did you put this? In the subject line. So
that's right.
First thing in the subject line is bracket, encrypt, bracket, and that encrypts it. I was like, really? That's all? There's no I don't know. I thought it was going to be way more confusing and complex than that, but it's really simple. So let's take another question. Lots of questions. I love questions. We have Office 365 accounts, but rarely work in the app. We have Outlook on our computers. Can we encrypt straight from Outlook, or do I have to encrypt only in the Office 365 webmail site?
No, yeah. Any email that you send out with that bracket, encrypt bracket in the subject of the message will be encrypted, whether you're doing it in the app, whether you're doing it in Outlook, whether you're doing it on your cell phone. Basically, the way Proofpoint is set up is so that when you send emails, Office 365 routes those emails out to Proofpoint. Proofpoint recognizes that encrypt keyword trigger in the subject of your email, and that's when we hold your message in our data center, and then send the recipient of that email that notification telling them to retrieve that message from the secure pickup portal.
So, and this is a really interesting question. Can you customize the expiration time frame on encrypted emails within the portal, or is there a standard default type expiration that's attached?
It is a standard 14-day retention of encrypted email. After 14 days, that message is just purged out of the recipient's portal. The other side of that question is, can you force an encrypted email to expire earlier? And unfortunately, with the product now, no, you can't. So it's 14 days on any encrypted message.
Okay. Can you choose your own encryption keyword, such as secure, to use in the subject line, or can it be, or does it have to be encrypt?
I believe that later we have a slide to discuss some future plans that
We do.
Proofpoint and GoDaddy are going to be rolling out soon. And with those future plans, you can do custom keywords along with just automatic recognition of things like social security numbers.
Okay, cool. Wow. And I think there's maybe a little confusion from what we said. There's another question that says, I believe it was mentioned that we do not have to be an Outlook user, that you can use Thunderbird. Is this correct? It's no, right? I mean, your recipient can be on any type of email and access the encrypted message, but to send it is off. You need to be an Office 365 user.
That's right. Just not necessarily logged into the Office 365 web interface.
Okay, so both desktop and webmail, as long as you use that encrypt, yeah. So does that make sense? Hopefully we answered that. So no, you can't use it outgoing through like Gmail or Thunderbird or what have you. Outgoing, if you want to encrypt on your side to your recipient, it has to be Office 365. But the recipient does not have to be on Office 365. Lots of questions. Cost. There's a lot of other technical questions, and the next slide is going to discuss that. And we'll get there just in the next couple minutes, but I want to take a few more technical questions while we have Chris's ear. Does the email get deleted from the receiver's email after the 14-day mark? If not, how do we make sure the sent info is safe for a long time?
So the sensitive information is only hosted in the Proofpoint portal. After 14 days, Proofpoint will purge that message out of the portal. The original notification will live on, it could be forever, inside of the recipient's inbox. But if they log into that portal after 14 days, their pickup portal will be empty.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. So let's get on to the what's coming and a little bit more around the pricing of this package. Linnea, can you talk to this a little bit? Like what we have, what's coming in the fall, which is pretty exciting, and how the pricing works?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so encryption is a key feature of this product, but it does a few other things that I think is great for small businesses. So you also get very powerful antivirus protection, as well as targeted attack defense. So we talked previously about those, like if there's a malicious attachment, someone has created this this email to look like something it's targeted to you. It looks like something that's legitimate. So those you get those, as well as a more robust spam filter than Office 365 has normally. So that will block even more of those bad or just obnoxious emails that you don't want to get. Something that we're doing though is we're actually expanding this offering, this to a larger, a more robust security suite. So coming soon in the fall, and timing is TBD, although I expect it will be early fall. We'll be rolling out also on-demand auto encryption for common sensitive data. And when we say common data, it's something like, this is great for healthcare practitioners, maybe if you're using social security numbers or financial services, businesses. So any 9-digit number, if you're sending things like that a lot, you can actually set it to auto encrypt certain things. So maybe 16-digit numbers that might be credit cards, social security numbers, or other things, you can actually go in and configure it to do this automatically, which is great because then you don't have to remember to actively go in and encrypt it each time, and your employees don't have to remember to do that as well. Also, we'll have an on-demand URL targeted attack defense. So that's actually those bad links that you get that look like legitimate links. It will protect against that, as well as on-demand content and outbound filtering and social media account protection. There's also a reporting feature in there as well. So those, when I say on-demand, those are things that you would go in and actually configure within like a panel. And so it's not something that just does it by itself, because some of those people may not want them to be running all the time. Like, for example, the auto encrypt, you would want to go in and configure what you would want it to do. So that's, of course, something that GoDaddy can help with. And I think I failed to mention this previously, but we set this up automatically for you. So there's very little that businesses have to do on their own. It just kind of gets set up. So, and you can always call GoDaddy for questions or support. That's how we manage this. You don't have to contact Proofpoint or somebody else. We will still do that for you. I should mention too that the price for this, it's a little bit cheaper when you buy it as part of the premium security bundle that also includes business premium and archiving. However, if you buy it a la carte, it's $4.99 per user per month. So for all, each account or each user that you have on your account, it would be $4.99. So we think of it, it's like about the price of a cup of coffee, like a nice cup of coffee. You're protecting your business, your employees, your clients, and I think it's really well worth it. And then additionally, these additional features that are coming out, there won't be any cost for this. Those that already have this product or buy it between now and then, they will still get all of this just pushed out into the product that they own today. So same price, everything will work the same. You won't actually have to do anything additional. You're just getting more features.
Fantastic. So we have a lot more technical questions. I hope everybody can stay on. I know we're over right now. Yeah, let me get to these if at all possible. So this is a frank question. So, and we, want to be honest here. So I work for a home health agency, and I really didn't want to have to ask another person I'm sending to go to a portal with Adobe. Sorry to bring up another name. I can send them a password to open a document instead of having them go into another portal. Does Proofpoint have this option? Chris, are you answering? I think you might be muted.
Geez, you told me about muting my phone.
Okay, thanks.
We don't have an option for you to send a key or a password to the recipient before or immediately after sending them that encrypted message. And the idea behind that is if someone is in a position to receive or catch your sensitive email on its way out, they're also there to catch that key also.
Right.
So we defer to the portal, and it's just that's how our encryption service is designed.
Okay. Next question: can you encrypt from your iPhone smartphone? I'm gonna guess yes. If you have the webmail app, awesome. See, anywhere, encrypt from anywhere. Can I undo or pull back an encrypted email once it is sent?
Yeah, unfortunately, no, you can't. If you send it to the wrong person, it's unfortunately there for the next 14 days.
Okay. Oh, another full disclosure question. Why would I choose Proofpoint instead of Azure's version of encryption?
Whew, well,
Sorry to put you on the spot.
yeah, definitely on the spot. No, we make a great case now because Proofpoint's definitely, we're a security company where security is a division of Microsoft. With all of the things that you can see here that we are releasing soon, that's giving you not just email encryption, but better security for your environment, keeping those targeted types of malicious attachments and hyperlinks as far away from your users as possible. But also the just sheer level of control, being able to to automatically recognize content in a message and go out. I know that the level of control and custom filters with Office 365 is pretty limited. With Proofpoint, you can get very granular, even down to what a specific person may or may not be sending, and have their encryption rules be different from the rest of the organization.
Well, I put you on the spot and you came through with flying colors. All of that is great. Is it possible to brand or co-brand the encryption notification emails sent to a recipient with your own company logo, or is it always the Proofpoint logo as the only option?
Yeah, you can upload your logo into the interface, and so that when you send an encrypted email, those recipient notifications has your logo there, and that's a great feature because it's giving that person that much more assurance that this weird encrypted email is coming from someone that I trust.
Okay, good deal. Again, I think we said this before, but just to clarify, every person, if you do the encryption, every person on your domain has to, with a mailbox on your domain, has to have it, correct?
Yeah, they have to be licensed for it. You
Okay.
have control whether the people have the ability to use it or not.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, here's a good one. Okay, if I have a GoDaddy email without encryption added, what level of encryption is there available? HIPAA minimum requirements, I need only to have 120. I'm hoping that a regular email has it. So, I mean, I think I can speak to that. I know that at Business Premium, that is a HIPAA compliant email. It's not encrypted necessarily, but it is HIPAA compliant, correct, Linnea?
It's correct if the customer, if the kind of the account owner, the admin, has gone on and signed the BAA, or the Business Administration Agreement, and that's just
Okay.
a legal agreement between GoDaddy and our customers that we are doing these additional things that would then make the email HIPAA compliant.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, and that's only with Business Premium, but you can
Right.
have like one or two, or you just need a minimum of one Business Premium account that has signed the BAA, and you can have other accounts attached to it. So you could have Email Essentials or Online Essentials or something else, as long as at least one
Right.
has that.
Okay.
Good question.
Yeah. Can you specify that the 14-day removal be 7 days instead?
Unfortunately not. It's 14 days is the only option.
Okay. Let's see. I have a separate GoDaddy account for work, and they also use 365. Credit card information comes across both emails. Is this something we can buy once for the office, or is it needed mainly in our department at work? So I'm going to get back to you on this one. We'll take that offline so we can get you a more specific answer. This was kind of a tricky question. You said the receiver cannot print the email. Can they, however, screenshot it to print?
I haven't personally tested this. My gut is that a screenshot would still maintain the content inside of the message if you did a screenshot.
Okay. That, we are really way over time, and I have to let my pros go. So I'm I'm going to take the questions that are remaining online and get you guys answers via email. I do have one more poll that I hope you'll help me out with here. Was today's webinar helpful? Just really quickly, hopefully you found it helpful. If not, please feel free to respond to me and say, no, it wasn't what I was looking for. Could you please tell me more about this? And I will get you the answer, I promise. Because really, these are only for you, our customers. They're not for anyone else. We are trying to be just more hands-on about getting you the answers that you need. So please, by all means, if this isn't what you thought it was going to be, or you need more help on it, on the topic of email encryption, reach out to us and we will help you out there. Okay, so thanks so much for joining us. Thank you, Chris, and thank you, Linnea, for helping me out today. And we'll hopefully see you guys real soon. Our next GoDaddy Small Business webinar will be in September, and we're going to shift our focus over to the Go Central application at that time. So keep an eye out for invites or check the ticker on our help site. And have a great day. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.